What is up, everybody? Hope you're having a rock and roll day. We are going to dive into the video for today. It's about our grip. Let's do it. No bueno. All right, thanks so much for stopping by. Today we're talking about our golf grip, and I'm going to give you the top 5 things we can do to help our grip, all right? So that if you're struggling or something, this is going to be something you're going to want to look into as a way to kind of get back on track, all right? By the way, thanks for stopping by. If you're liking the video, make sure you hit that like button. Also would appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any videos that come out. What do you think of the studio? It's looking good. Hopefully everything's looking good on your end and your swings are looking good. But many times we get off, okay? Now, when we get off, we need to get back on, but how do we do that? And sometimes what I found is that a little grip tweak, not necessarily a change, but a tweak is going to help kind of right the ship and get you back to your swing. All right, so keep that in mind. So I'm going to go over my top 5 things to look at in your grip. Today's video is brought to us by our friends here at Skillshare. Now, Skillshare is an online learning platform community where you can go and get just inspired about all kinds of different types of things. And if there's something you're looking to learn, Skillshare is a great place to start the process. And the first 1,000 people to use the link in my video description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. And after that, it's only around $10 a month. So get on there and check out what they have to offer to see if it could spark or inspire something in you if you're looking for something in your life and you might not know what an awesome place to land and check out and dive into and see if there's something there that can work for you. Now, something I've been getting into lately is this class on how to take great photos with your iPhone. I can't pronounce the girl's name, but she does a great job, very talented about going through different processes and different apps you can use about how to take the best photos with your iPhone. So, you know, when you're out and about, you just take a photo with your iPhone. Well, now, at least I have more skills than I did before, and hopefully that will improve over time, but I'm having a great time. So wanted to let you know about that. Be sure to check out Skillshare in the link in the video description below. Now, let's go back to the video. So we'll start number 5, count it down to number 1, and keep in mind that none of these are, you must do this in your grip. They are just things to look at and try to see if it can help get you back on track in your swing, okay? So first thing is, what we're gonna work on is our left hand. And it's gonna be the long and short thumb. Okay, so it's just your left hand, and then wherever your left hand is, we're just going to start by taking your left thumb, and a lot of times people have it's too long, all right, which means it's just running down the shaft, and you're stretching it out. When you stretch out that thumb down the shaft, it puts a lot of tension right here in your forearm, the fore part of your forearm. The front part, okay? And when you pull it back, it loosens it up and helps it relax. Stretch it out, tightens, pull it back, loosen. So I like to pull that thumb back and keep it short. Also, there's a side benefit there. It helps you at the top of your backswing up here. That short thumb is it's easier to have control of your club here if that thumb is short. But if you stretch it out, it's too easy for it to fall side to side. So I would, if I were you, first things first, just pull that thumb back, shorten it up, and start hitting shots with that feeling. Now, anytime you make a grip change, you feel like an alien holding the golf club. that's fine. So it's going to take some time, but pull that thumb back, make it shorter, and start hitting shots and see what happens. And different things will happen, which is great, and you want that, okay? So the second thing to look at is this, and you've seen this, heard this before, strong versus weak left hand. This is strong, okay? Going this way for the right-handed golfer. Weak would be going the opposite direction, okay? So strong, weak, strong, weak. It has nothing to do with grip pressure, okay? How hard you squeeze it. It's just called strong because your hand is turned way too far to the right, or it's not too far, it's just turned to the right, or it's turned to the left. So anytime your swing gets off, if you're hooking it a lot, okay, then you want to start to weaken that grip and see what that does. So I'm going to weaken it up. Let's see what type of shot is way weaker than normal and see what happens. Oh, and it's going way high right, okay? So that's with just something that I'm totally not used to. And in contrast to that, I'm going to really strengthen that bad boy way down here and try a super strong grip and see what that does here, okay? Oh, and I mean, I snap hooked that thing down here. So you can see that just by changing this somewhat, it's going to have a huge dramatic effect on the type of shot that you hit. So if you're struggling, start toying around with that. And I always recommend that if you're chipping, you go to the weak grip for chipping. Or if you're making a grip change, you do it chipping first. But hey, if your swing's struggling, mess around with that. That will help, like I said, right the ship and get things back to where they need to be. So that's number 2. Work on that strong left hand grip. So the third thing is this. It's kind of the same thing, except we're going to leave our left hand alone wherever you normally keep it, and we're going to do the right hand grip, okay? And we're going to go strong would be turning it to your right. Weak would be turning it to the left. Obviously, I don't recommend this, and I don't recommend this, normally. But what you want is if you're struggling with your swing, which is probably every few days for most of us, then you want to mess around with this. So I'm going to keep my left hand where I like it, put my right hand way under, see what happens. Okay, that's probably pretty far left, which it is, great. And then do the same thing, start working it back the other direction, more on top, and see what happens to your shot. And it's going to go probably right. Yeah, there you go. And you're going to kind of hone it in to find the sweet spot for you. Again, we're trying to get you back to the shots that you like to play. So mess around with the right hand grip. That's step 3. Moving on. Okay, the next one is this. Now, there's 3 basic grips. There's the interlock, the overlap, and the 10 finger. All right? So if you're struggling with your game, you're going to want to mess around with this as well, just to try it out, see what happens. So I'm normally an overlap. That's me. So, okay, I'm having trouble hitting shots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try interlock, kind of the same setup I have. Man, that feels weird. And then see what happens to my shot at this point. Wow, that felt pretty good. Not bad. Pretty straight shot. I liked it. Okay, great. So that's an interlock. Now, what I've done here many times is that I'll try the interlock for a little while, just hitting balls at the range or here in the studio or whatever. But then I inevitably, always, and it's intentional, I go back to my overlap grip. What I'm trying to do is just, like I said, I want to get back, I want to get my swing back. And so what I do is I hit a number of shots, interlock, hit another one here, okay? That felt good. Wow. I might do that all the time. That was one of my best swings, all right? So I might just do that, and then after a while, I'll go back to my normal grip, because again, I'm just trying to get things working properly again. Oh, that felt really good. Really good. I like that. Okay, 160 carry. A little left. So it's starting to feel better already. Just by a few swings, with something different, and then a few swing, and then back to my normal guy right here, okay? One more grip tweak that could really help you out. And this is probably my most favorite one because it's the one that I see gives people the most fits. You let this get off track and it's really it could drive you nuts. And that's this, it's your right thumb, this guy right here, okay? These are all right-handed golfers, so sorry for you lefties out there, but just reverse everything, you get the idea, okay? So your right thumb, you take your normal grip. Now, a lot of people stretch that right thumb out too long, okay? And so, again, then you're just controlling the club at a different, let's say, anchor point up here than where you want it, which is connected together with both hands. So you start getting that thumb out here, forget it, it's gonna kind of mess everything up. You know, it puts, again, more tension on your right forearm than you want. So you wanna work on pulling that thumb back, and then the things I want you to work on with the right thumb are this. I don't want it pushing on the right side of the club. I want you to move it around the top, let's say half of the club of the grip, okay? And I just want you to work it. See what it feels like with that right thumb just on the right side of that logo on your grip, okay? Really loose, light pressure, just touching that line on the right side currently. Okay, I don't like that. That felt weird. But again, I don't care if it feels weird. Any grip change is gonna feel weird. I care about getting my swing back, finding it again. Now I'm gonna put my thumb right in the middle, right down the center here, and let's see what that looks and feels like. Better. And that was a pretty good shot. And then last but not least, I wanna work that thumb a little to the left side of my grip logo. And then see how that feels there. That felt really good. Pulled it a little cut on that. Not bad. All right, so that's my 5 grip tweaks that you can make that can help really get your swing back, because ultimately what that's going to do is you're just gonna be all off. So then, see, you're tricking yourself really, is what you wanna do. Ultimately, you do want a good grip and you wanna slowly work towards that, but doing these big changes, what it does is now, after a while of goofing around and trying all these different grips, okay, now I'm so happy to just be comfortable again with my grip that my swing is like, hey, it's just saying thank you very much for returning me back to normal, and so I can do what I want. And then you'll just naturally find your swing again. And your shots will come back. And you're like, oh, I'm back. I'm hitting good shots. But you've got to put in the time getting uncomfortable. And then if there are major flaws in your grip, this will help slowly get it back, get it to where it's going to be a little bit more consistent for your golf swing. So those are my top 5 golf grip tweaks that can help get your swing back on track. Give it a try. Don't quit. Don't give up. Keep grinding. Love you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next video. Well, it's close. Come on, baby. 8 feet 2 inches. I'll take an 8-foot putt.